You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, one of the players we have chronicled a lot on Black and White Sports is one DESHAUN Watson. Now, in case you did not notice yesterday, Myles Garrett, the all-world defensive end edge rusher from the Cleveland Browns, requested a trade out of town. All right. And a lot of the reaction from this, and I think rightfully so, is not anger at Myles Garrett. Many Cleveland Browns fans, frankly, understand his frustration because his frustration is the same frustration that they have got. They have not been winning, and we know that, in a long time. And Jimmy Haslam, the all-world clown show, Browns owner, of course, sold the future and the farm for one DESHAUN Watson. And a lot of Cleveland Browns fans are very aware of that, all right? They're sitting back as their former number one overall draft pick, Baker Mayfield, has thrown basically 70 touchdowns in the last 2 years. DESHAUN Watson can't even get on the field, and when he does, he's puke. He's awful. All the while getting a $230 million fully guaranteed contract from Jimmy Haslam. So a lot of fans are very aware of this. And just to get you caught up before we jump to the story where the fans are literally burning DESHAUN Watson's jerseys. No, I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. And my thing is, every time I see Watson, he doesn't seem to care. He got his money, bleep the Browns. I mean, this is a guy that, even if you put the massage crap aside, his lack of confidence, he didn't even want Joe Flacco to stay with the team because he was scared the fans would start chanting for him. That's not an alpha, that's a beta. You would dare people to try to take your job away, and you would like and thrive on competition. No, he's scared of it. He didn't want to hear that they wanted Joe Flacco, the fans. Never mind Baker Mayfield. So, Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garrett has requested a trade. According to multiple sources in a statement shared by NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, Garrett said his desire is to win a Super Bowl and was driving his decision to leave immediately, guys. Niners, Bills, Lions, Chiefs, a lot of teams in that sort of, that feel like they're close. You know, I saw Packers earlier. I immediately thought of Reggie White and the Packers back in the 90s hooking up. They won a Super Bowl. That was one of the first teams that crossed my mind was the Packers, and because of that Reggie White thing back in the day, I'm old enough to really, really remember that and how that sort of he came in and that culture around Reggie White. Quote, as a kid dreaming of the NFL, all I focused on was the ultimate goal of winning a Super Bowl. That goal fuels me today more than ever. My love for the community of Northeast Ohio and the incredible fan base of the Cleveland Browns has made this one of the toughest decisions of my life. These past 8 years have shaped me into the man that I am today, Garrett wrote. While I loved calling this city my home, my desire to win and compete on the biggest stages won't allow me to be complacent. The goal was to never go from Cleveland to Canton. It was always to compete and win a Super Bowl. And we know right now the Browns are a dumpster fire. They're not close. You see this headline. Browns fans protest outside the stadium, set DESHAUN Watson's jersey on fire following Myles Garrett news. This fan base is pissed because they've taken this great talent and they've wasted him. And their former quarterback is, well, been awesome. He's been great. You know, one thing, I'm just going to keep it real on this Baker thing. You know, he was hurt that last year in Cleveland. Nobody ever thought to just say, well, we're going to bring him back next year once he's healthy. That never crossed. Nah, Jimmy Haslam said, let me go get Deshaun Watson. Oh, wow.
Or Kelly Kennedy explains they're calling for a change in leadership.
A lot of young, frustrated, fed-up Browns fans gathering outside the stadium tonight. They told me when they heard that Myles Garrett was looking to leave Cleveland, that was the last straw. They think the only way to make the team successful is to make some major changes.
We love you, Myles! I thought, man, I really don't want to go to class this morning. This is terrible, terrible, terrible news. What's so much worse about it is it's completely justified, in my opinion.
We're mad at the organization because it's like, you're telling me you really can't put a plan in place for this guy that wants to be here? Like, he just wants to win.
They wanted to show their support for Myles Garrett and also their disdain for Deshaun Watson.
We do not want him in our city any longer, or Jimmy.
To trade basically the entire future of your franchise for a guy that hadn't played in 2 years, has all these, sexual assault allegations. It's just one of the most boneheaded moves in sports history.
Some fans felt so strongly, they went even further than just ripping Watson's jersey. They set it on fire.
We had a great thing going, and it was ruined all by Watson.
Don't want him.
These die-hard football fans say Cleveland deserves better. Seems like you're really sick and tired of saying there's always next year. I mean, how many times have you said that as a Browns fan?
I've said it every single year. I mean, like I said, I'm 20. My dad's 52. He said it every year. My grandpa's 77. He said it every year. And there's always next year. And there's never been that next year where we even made the Super Bowl, much less win it. But sports.
Others want to see new ownership altogether.
Him selling the team would make me so happy, absolutely. I think that's the only way we can get out of this mess, to be honest with you.
Cleveland deserves better than a factory of sadness. We haven't had better since I've been alive, and I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Reporting.
Man, I got to give Cleveland Browns fans credit for one thing. They're a really, really passionate fan base. I mean, they are. They love the team. They live and die and breathe with this team. And I don't blame them. I mean, yeah, look, it's the same clown show owners all the time. Jimmy Haslam, Woody Johnson, Jerry Jones. I mean, look, Jerry Jones is not serious. Hiring Brian Schottenheimer as your coach, you're not serious. You're not being serious. And Jimmy Haslam was the one that wanted Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson took his name out of the running to go to Cleveland. And Jimmy Haslam was like, no, we'll give him a fully guaranteed contract. Well, yeah, Watson turned around and said yes because you offered him all the money, and now he acts like he doesn't want to be there. Now, they've gotten thrown this bone to get out of this, even though it's going to cost him a ton, because he's got these Achilles injuries and blah, 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 shoulder injuries. I still don't think I don't think his arm is healthy, to be honest, because he can't throw the ball down the field. And like I said, it's even worse because you drafted a guy that is actually a great starting quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Myles Garrett wants out of town. If I'm Myles Garrett, I'm probably looking at the Bills, Niners, Chiefs. I mean, the usual suspects. I know I'm a Niners fan, but I'm also a Patriots fan. I know a lot of Patriots are like, hey, we're going after Myles Garrett. He's not going to want to come to the Patriots, I don't think. Although, Mike Vrabel was in Cleveland last year. I'm just throwing that out. They got a really great young quarterback. I think Drake May is going to be something, but I think they're 3 years away from competing for a Super Bowl. So, I don't know that he would make that move. They're burning Deshaun Watson's jersey, and I don't blame them. It's crazy. It's absolutely, and the allegations and having said, I think his first issue was setting out with Houston. And I think his skill set diminished while he was setting out. Never mind the injuries. I think he couldn't play when he showed up, when he got there. Chris Sims pointed that out right after the trade was made. He said, how do we know the guy can still play? Because when you set out, your skills can diminish and you might not get them back. He never got them back. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.